With health updates and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. TNA wrestling stars Steph DeLander and Mance Warner recently got married, as can be seen in these videos.
Then now, by the power vested in me, it is my honor and delight to pronounce you husband and wife. Court, you may kiss your wife.
Touching on her return to WWE and what is fueling her comeback, Nikki Bella said this on her podcast. "It felt great," she said about the October 27th Raw match. "What I love is every time I go out there, I push harder. I'm learning more about myself in this era, and I sit and watch and I get feedback from like you and Brian, from myself, and I know what I need to do next and how I need to improve even more. I was so proud of Monday, and I got a lot of great feedback, and your girl was trending #1. There's just a lot of moments for me where I just continue to push myself out of my comfort zone. I wanted to bring in more moves and challenge myself like I used to do. I'm going against somebody with a 20-year difference, you know? What I love is just from myself. I get to continue to see me grow and get better and keep bringing it up another notch. I know what I'm going to do next week for the tag match. I know the things I'm going to work on this week in the gym and in training. I know the changes I'm going to make, and I'm not going to tell you them because I want you to point them out." Taking to Instagram, former WWE star Jinder Mahal revealed he underwent a knee surgery and is now taking part in rehab, writing 2 loose bodies removed plus meniscus trimmed. Surgery went well, now comes the recovery. Speaking about his interest in joining WWE, UFC lightweight Michael Chandler told Chris Van Vliet, "God created me for hand-to-hand combat, whether it's on the wrestling mats or maybe one day in a WWE ring after fighting. Becoming a pro wrestler definitely intrigues me. It seems like a lot of fun, and I think I would enjoy it. There's definitely interest and curiosity on both sides. I've spent some time with Sheamus and a few other friends in wrestling. I'm a fan of the sport. I love going to live events and watching it on TV. Yeah, I think so. My body still feels phenomenal. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I can't emphasize enough how well I've taken care of my body. There's a reason I'm still competing at such a high level at this age while a lot of guys fade out. I've preserved myself. I wake up feeling great. I still jump just as high and punch just as hard. I'm grateful for the platform God has given me to perform in front of people, and WWE makes a lot of sense. But we'll see. I'd have to go in there, prove my worth, and make them believe I could do it, enjoy it, handle the travel, the lifestyle of being a WWE superstar, and get in the ring to beat some people up." After undergoing surgery to deal with a fractured femur, AEW's Kota Ibushi gave an update, posting photos and writing on Instagram, "Okay, last inspection today, and up to my waist I pulled out 42 medical staples. Now I can go home. It was nice until, but well, reality is reality. Femur fracture and personal life will be fine in 8 to 12 months. From there, I've gotten my body back in full swing, and putting in ring practice and so on. I'd better see it for 2 years. Pretty unexpected, but that was said for the beginning, and I'm only 18 days post-op. Meeting with AEW doctor at the hospital for the first time in a long time since post-op. Are you already squatting with weights the moment we meet? I didn't do it. I didn't know what I was talking about, but I thought it was a standing and sitting video, so I showed it. Well, that was a little early, but normal. I'm so relieved. I heard you're doing squats and lunges with weights. You can't and won't do that with a fractured femur. I thought this kind of story would grow up quickly, and at the same time I learned how scared the internet was. Providing a legal update on a former ECW and ex-WCW star, Ringside News wrote that the legal case involving wrestling legend Too Cold Scorpio has hit another delay. According to new court filings in Kansas City, Missouri, the trial for Charles Too Cold Scorpio Skaggs has officially been rescheduled. Following a request from the prosecution, the court has set a new trial date for January 26, 2026. The case was previously set to begin on November 3, 2025, after already being postponed from its original June start date. Skaggs, 60, was arrested in June 2024 after a violent confrontation outside a Love's travel stop, where he was employed as a security guard. Authorities allege that an argument over a lit cigarette escalated, ending with the other man being stabbed multiple times. The victim later identified Skaggs as the attacker. Skaggs has pleaded not guilty to charges of first-degree assault and armed criminal action. His legal team continues to prepare for trial while he remains free pending court proceedings. The former ECW and WCW star's wrestling career has been on hold since the incident. He was pulled from a scheduled GCW Japan tour and other independent bookings shortly after the arrest. Talking about his departure from WWE in 2018 after facing serious allegations from a user on X, ENZO AMORE told the John Rondy show, "I'm going through rehearsals and people start looking at me like, 'You alright, bro?' I'm like, 'What? What's up?' Next thing I know, I'm in Vince McMahon's office. He tells me, 'Why didn't you tell me?' I'm like, 'Brother, like, I didn't know this was going crazy right now.' Like, what? He tells me, 'You gotta go home.' And I took the Cruiserweight title with me in a Gucci bag and I turned the phone around. I filmed myself the whole way home. I was so angry. One day maybe that video footage will come out in some documentary." Ultimately, it led to the next day getting a phone call from, at the time, Mark Carano, who was the head of HR or whatever, and he told me that cooler heads did not prevail, meaning Vince McMahon. From my understanding, it wasn't Vince that wanted me gone at that moment. I just got fired, and I left on top almost like on my own. That you never leave with the title. I left with the title. It wasn't a phone call from the cops that I got. It was me calling my lawyer, having him call the cops, and finding out what is going on in Phoenix and making sure that we are getting clear answers. Much to their credit, it was the fans, man. My fans flooded the police with emails and evidence and all this screenshots of this girl, videos of her being a liar and talking about all this crazy Then an angel was sent to me. I still haven't met this man. I hope to meet him one day. Her best friend, a guy. Recalling a time he was involved in a car accident in a parking lot, The Undertaker noted on Two Bears, One Cave, a couple weeks ago. I'm at Whole Foods. I went to buy some steaks, right? I was going to grill some steaks and I backed into a spot at Whole Foods. I get in, throw the steaks in the truck, and I pull out. The truck is so high that I didn't see the car next to me. I ran right over the front. My back wheels ran right over the hood. Unbelievably, it was a fan. They were like, "This is one of the greatest days of my life, man. I need a new car, but this is cool." Revealing why Abdullah the Butcher was hospitalized, Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio, he's doing better. He had 2 strokes from what I understand, but he's doing better, so that's good news. I mean, 84. Yeah, I mean, he was very, very heavy, like very heavy for decades, but still going. He's lost a lot of weight, thank God, and yeah, he's recovering well. That's good news. When it comes to Chad Gable's return to WWE from injury, Ringside News wrote that Chad Gable was written off WWE Raw back in June after an on-screen attack by Penta, but that dramatic segment wasn't just for show. It was WWE's way of covering up a real shoulder injury that required surgery. Gable underwent surgery on July 1st, and recovery from a serious shoulder operation like this typically takes at least 6 months. That puts his projected return window around December 2025, but it could stretch into early 2026, depending on how his rehab progresses and when WWE decides to reintroduce him into ongoing storylines. Before the injury, Gable was scheduled to continue his feud with Penta, which was meant to culminate in a mask versus mask match at SummerSlam. The segment on the June 23rd episode of Raw, where Penta attacked him and hit the arm breaker, was originally booked as the end of their storyline. Once Gable learned he would need shoulder surgery, the attack was used as an exit angle to write him off TV. With Gable's sideline, those plans were scrapped and the El Grande Americano vs. Penta match never happened. It's now been 4 months since his operation, and based on the normal recovery window, Gable is still expected to miss significant time. There is no official return date yet, and a 2026 return remains a strong possibility if his recovery or WWE's creative direction extends his absence. As for the future of El Grande Americano, the masked person Gable was performing under before his injury, that remains unclear. Since his absence, Ludwig has taken over the character in live events and AAA appearances. Whether Gable will reclaim the gimmick upon his return or transition to something new is unknown, and only time will tell how WWE handles his comeback. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.